Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, this is ANNO Mutationem. It's a action RPG. Hope you all like cool-looking 2D, 3D ARPGs or action adventure games, because this is what we have for the next 2 hours, or hopefully less. I would like it to be less, but we'll see how things go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I have been drilling this game for a while now. Not too long, actually. Funny enough. Just a bit. And, I have Genesis here with me. Who knows
Hello.
absolutely nothing about this game, which is great.
Absolutely nothing. I even avoided him doing the streams.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So, we're gonna start up. In a sec here, so... Yeah. So, anyways, we're playing on easy, which is pretty cool. And yeah, then we'll explain some things as we go. So we have a lot of stuff to cover, hopefully. I remember all of it, but yeah, this game's got a lot of interesting things to talk about. When we're gonna avoid trying to talk about much of the story, and if we do, it'll be in a very, very vague sense. Not that we're gonna see and understand most of it, because we're skipping 2 hours worth of cutscenes. So, anyways, starting the run in. We have a bunch of cutscenes at the start of the game, a prologue. And inside prologue, it has a bit of pre-setup for a lore dump much, much later in the run. But first we got a package from a mailman, and we have to do a computer scan here. Then check our mail, get a prompt for a quest, so we can leave our apartment. And now we're gonna call this elevator down.
Hi, honey.
Miss my voice already? Oh, you.
And feel free to ask any questions in chat, and I'll try to read them and respond to them.
All right. I've got something more important to attend to.
Alright, so
Like what?
this is an unskippable screen pan, which is another type of cutscene in this game. There's a couple of these that we won't be able to avoid. One thing that I'll be doing a lot in the run is advancing dialogue when I'm moving around the world, because it prevents me from actually interacting with things. So I'll be trying to speed up some of the audio conversations that we get along the way from Mayane, who we just heard there during that screen pan. So we picked up a book that we'll be giving to our dad a bit later, but first we gotta go see Doc Allen at his laboratory. We knock over this vase, and that's just because, I mean, there's no way to avoid doing so. And then we'll be coming back here a couple more times anyways, so at some point we're gonna accidentally knock over that vase. So unfortunately, it's just an unavoidable brief pause in the movement. So when we're in non-battle areas, such as like a city or whatever, we have 2D and 3D movement in some areas, but we don't have movement tech that we want to be using. So anyways, this is Doc Allen. We're going to be doing a brief little tutorial section of the game to kind of get familiar with the controls and the basics of the game, and then from there, like as we progress to the story, we'll be getting a lot more stuff to do. So, fun fact, that the voice actor for Anne is the same voice actor for Oni Shimbara Origins, which is awesome because it's another game that I speedrun. I've speedrun one of the games in the series, actually one of the side spin-offs, which was Schoolgirl Zombie Hunters in the last shots, if people remember that one. And that was the one with the half-naked schoolgirl shooting zombies. So, do with that information as you will. Everybody seemed to have enjoyed that run for obvious reasons, but I we'll be talking about this game and not that game or series, even though the same voice actress from that series. Funny. Or at least the one game. So we're learning about jumping and grabbing and rolling, and now we're going to learn about some basic combo stuff for sword, which, you know, we're going to be using a lot of. We do have a gun. We'll get to that in a second. The game's going to tell us about the gun. Alright, so we're going to learn about blocking. So we can block. We'll be doing, hopefully, perfect guard counters in the run as well. We have grenades. We'll be using grenades. We got, like, everything that we could think of right now. So let's use the gun. There we go.
What's next?
Just one more test. Let's.
So we're gonna finish up this combat section here. There is fast travel in this game, which is really, really funny that someone brought that up. But we're not gonna be doing it or using it at all, ever. We're never touching those rooms.
I knew you would.
Alright, so this is like a mock boss battle. We're just gonna kill this thing really quickly. And I say quote kill because we're not actually gonna kill it.
That is pretty rude. I would hope you don't kill it.
No, we don't kill it. We pass out. We kind of like hold our head and stuff. Apparently we're not doing too well. We're a bit of a sickly girl at the moment. We have something called entanglitis that we'll learn about in the cutscene that we just skipped, or at least got told about it, which has been a reoccurring thing with us since we were growing up. And yeah, no, some kind of unknown symptom that we're suffering from.
What's up, Nakamura?
Come here first. I'll tell you more later.
Sure.
So anyways,
On my way.
now we have the GOM suit permanently, and we'll be able to use that in later sections of the game. But before we get to the actual, like, action-packed sections, which they're
Yeah,
quite
I'd
lengthy,
like to pay a visit to my sister.
we have to go see our sister Nakamura.
Okay.
And I'm advancing the audio dialogue, like I said, so that I can get and interact with the world. Because if the audio was still playing, I wouldn't be able to get in the car. And that's going to allow me to drive over to Margarita to go to the Silicon Jar, which is where my sister Nakamura is. And we're going to go help her run the bar for a little bit. So everything seems pretty okay for the story so far, right? Nothing's too crazy, but
Yeah, but that never lasts.
yeah, it won't last very long, believe it or not. And if you have more questions about the story, trust me, this is going to give you more and more questions. All right, another unpannable or unskippable pan. We see her beautiful sister Nakamura over there. And yes, if you're already asking, this seems familiar. Yeah, I probably should. This whole bar area should seem familiar. Or at least familiar in a reference sense. Anyways, we have a bartender outfit now. We're going to go put that on, and we're going to go get our cocktail on. And serve some patrons here and help our sister out, make some money. Which is going to be important for the speedrun, believe it or not, because we do need money.
Of course she's a bartender.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't know this.
I know nothing about the game. All I know is a little bit of the ending cutscene that you showed me.
Oh yeah, the ending cutscene's perfect though. I love it. I also went the long way around the bar. Oh well.
Wow, that's actually a really cute outfit.
It is. It's adorable. Wait till we get our cute skirt. All right, so we gotta not screw up on these drinks. All right, I'm trying to make these fast, so we'll see what happens. If you've played another game that might be familiar to you, yeah, this whole section is related to that in some capacity. Don't ask me how. Just is. And the game I'm talking about is a game called Valhalla. Which is a game where you play as a bartender and serve drinks to patrons. Talk about their life woes. Story. Plays Jill. Which, I mean, you can probably see her off to the side in a moment when we're trying to leave the bar, maybe. If she's still there.
I would hope she's still there.
But yeah, we're trying to make as much money as we can right now because money is super tight in the run. It gets really easy. Like, money is not a problem, like, much later, but at that point, there's no reason for us to be buying anything. Okay, I kind of screwed up quite a bit. Alright, so I might have, like, a few buffs compared to normal. We'll see. I like grip 4 drinks. Normally, I can get away with like spring up 2, and it's not a problem. So we'll see what happens. I might be 1 buff short for a little bit. That's fine. All right, we're gonna go see this mysterious woman that my sister and me can see, and only me and my sister. And these guys break into the bar and want to see our brother Ryan. Yeah, hi. We have a brother. We also have another sibling as well. We'll learn more about that, or I'll explain about it in a moment. We're just gonna quickly kill these guys in the alley that are looking for my brother. Tell them to go buzz off. So, and then this guy tells us that he works for Factio Pugni, which is a gang. So then it sends us on a bit of a wild goose chase. So this is where like the story starts getting crazy, because we're looking now for our brother Ryan and seeing what kind of trouble he got into.
I'll talk to Nakamura first.
Because apparently he's in some heckin' a lot of trouble at this point, if he's got Factio Pugni looking for him. So anyways, we talked to her sister again about Ryan, and then she says she'll probably talk to Daddy. So we're gonna go talk to her dad. And give him the book that we picked up from the bookstore. So we break into her, well, we don't break in, but we go see our dad in his office. He's playing computer game, because I guess he's retired. He's also a robot. And he adopted 3 children. I do know why he does that, but I'm going to avoid talking about it. But yeah, this game has a really good story. And a lot of, like, stuff about it. Lots of references as well to other video game media and other stuff in culture. So, highly recommend picking it up. It's a really, really good indie by Thinking Stars. Developed by Lightning Games.
Huh? Why not stay with your family a bit longer?
Oh no, published by Lightning Games, developed by Thinking Stars. I think I got that wrong. That was mine. Either way, awesome game. All right, so we're gonna go to our brother's apartment. No, nothing's too crazy yet. Don't you should worry. We'll get there.
You gotta get to the point where you start doing all the combat. That's when it'll get interesting.
Yeah. So there's like 2 major points in the game where there's just like it's just action heavy. We'll be getting into that part soon. All right, but first we gotta break into our brother's apartment and see why he skipped town, where he's been all this while, because no one's seen him. So we're gonna learn about hacking, which is a part, like a mini game here. We're gonna open the Grom system, as the game's prompting us to. We're gonna learn the hacking skill. And then we're gonna hack this door. So the hacking minigame is rotating these discs, line them up, and then open the door. Pretty simple and straightforward. However, some of them get a little randomized later and have patterns and stuff. So we're picking up this crypto key on the desk before examining the ROM, which is what the story wants us to talk to or see. Which is showing that Ryan was somewhere, but we couldn't see where because the ROM, or like virtual media disk, is damaged like very badly. We're gonna beat up these goons. I'll get back to talking about something in a second. This goonie shows up, but he runs away after we beat up his baddies, so we jump out the window, because, you know, that seems smart, and we chase him. Anyways, so the crypto key that I picked up on the desk, we need 2 of those throughout the run. That one, the one I've just picked up, won't be used until halfway in the run. And then the other one won't be used till the very, very end when we get it, which we don't pick up until halfway through the run, roughly. So, fun. Just some fun food for thought. There's more in the game that you can get by completing side quests and stuff, but we don't really do any of that. Alright, so a pretty easy combat section right now. Unskippable scene here. That's because it's going to make a tower fall. It's going to become part of the environment here for us. So we're just gonna try to get through these guys, grab some ammo for our gun, because we'll try to use our gun when possible. And we'll be picking up a lot of the items early on to set us up so that we don't have to pick up items later. Because consumables and things like that are kind of a luxury right now. And healing is not instantaneous, so I do have a couple syringes right now. I have 6. This is also unskippable. ANNO really, really loves us. So much that we're her honey bunny. That guy, we're just gonna roll past him. He's gonna fall off the roof and die. Well, he's not gonna die, actually. He's gonna fall off the roof and get hurt. We'll see him a bit later. This is really, really funny. There's a crane in the background that's, like, swinging around that will eventually try to kill us. If we're not careful. But thankfully we finished it before it got through, and then it just drops the way over. Everything's pretty straightforward. Genesis, have any questions while we're chasing still?
Not really, just kind of waiting to see where this goes, because this is a surprisingly slow start.
Slow? Jeez, we're in a crazy action-packed chase sequence. What are you talking about? Slow.
Help me look into this guy.
Alright, so we're skipping a lot of stuff right now. But yeah, yeah, we're just chasing the guy. We're just avoiding all these fights, so we don't have to deal with any of them.
He's running toward the parking lot.
I know.
All right, so we will have we'll have a few mandatory fights along the way in each section. And like I said, there's a lot of like side paths and stuff to explore. Bloody robots. Hopefully get an extra drop or two.
Where is he?
Alright, we're gonna not go down all the flights of stairs yet. We're gonna stop by this door here. Specifically so that we can grab some extra grenades. And grenades this early on are very powerful. So we want those grenades.
In general are pretty useful.
Yeah. They'll be useful against these pair of enemies that we'll be fighting in a moment. So we'll be running over to the other side where we skipped the cutscene of him running in the background there. By transitioning into a 3D part, which is pretty cool. And we're going to buy a few buffs. Alright, so I'm buying one less buff than I normally would because I screwed up the bartending game, but that's fine. I only need at least
two. How could you mess up the bartending game?
It's a lot hard. I have to hit the left and right bumpers to like slow it down, and yeah. That grenade only hit one guy. That was unfortunate. Okay. Still okay. We only lost a couple seconds.
Can't you just let it go? Stop following me.
So yeah, grenades are useful for blowing up baddies. Obviously. Now we're at a quote-unquote boss. Then 2 phases. Try to take out these drones first. We're gonna use that buff that we bought from the vending machine to help drain the shield faster. So bosses have like essentially 2 health bars. They have a shield bar and an HP bar. If the shield bar completely depletes, then they get staggered. And then you can just do free hits and extra damage on them. So, pretty important. Alright, so, we're in the second phase of the fight. After some cutscenes that we skipped. And our buff is still active, which is really convenient, but we also have a 2-hand sword now. So we can do some charge attacks with that. Which does some pretty good damage. And that's the end of that boss. We're all good to go. Yay. Alright, so yeah, we just beat that guy up, and now we're gonna go back to our apartment where we wake up. Because, you know, we passed out again from the entanglitis.
I see.
This boy Raymond here, who we may or may not have had a crush on in the past. ANNO keeps rubbing that into our nose. We have no interest in it anymore. We have a different love interest in our life now. I'll let you figure that out. Alright, so we're gonna go back to Doc Allen. Tell him that we had another incident again. And then our story is going to start going all over the place. So this is a side quest. It's the introduction to the side quest stuff. We're going to refuse it because it would give us extra dialogue lines and obviously be slower.
Can you
Mm, baby.
And ANNO calls us and, you know, just does a whole bunch of pet names to us. He loves us. But we're not reciprocating that love because, you know, we're a badass, and we have a quest to go save our brother right now, so we can't be distracted. He's in some hot water, and we gotta go find out where he went to. So anyways, we're heading back to Doc Allen for a checkup. And then after that point, we're not going to be coming back here for a while. We'll be off to other places for quite a bit. Tells us, oh, no, everything's okay, you're all good. Wouldn't worry about it too much. Go see Zimmer, probably get a new weapon upgrade. So, you know, that's exactly what we're going to do, because, you know, we could use damage.
Anne, how's your condition?
I'm fine. It's Ryan I'm worried about.
Don't.
So we're going to advance that dialogue there so I can activate the elevator so I can go up. I don't want to be waiting to do that.
Anne, come back and help bartend. The bar is doing great.
So if we want to do that minigame again with the bartending, we can always go back and do that whenever we want. Anyways, this is Zimmer. He's a weapon shop vendor. There's a few of them in the game. Generally at one at every major city, except for this city has 2.
Even if you can go back and do it, is there a point during the run where you're going to need the money to go back and do it again?
No.
Anne, I got some.
I mean, it would be nice, but it's too far out of the way, unfortunately.
Do we have...
I mean, it makes sense, yeah.
So, anyways, time to go head back to Noctis City. I really do like this part of the run before we get into the heavy actions part, because, you know, you get to put on a cute dress, which you'll get to see shortly. And then for the rest of the run, when I'm not in combat sections, and I'm just, like, in town, I'll be wearing that cute dress. So I'm kind of excited for that. It's sad that we're skipping the cutscene, because the cutscene is actually pretty entertaining. Actually, all the cutscenes are entertaining. But,
I feel like cutscenes are your favorite part of the game.
yeah, like, literally, cutscenes is my favorite part of every video game. Especially this game. Anyways, we're gonna stop by the chip store here, because we're gonna buy a removable, upgrade for our weapons. So it'll be a slight damage increase. We're going to be plugging that into the brand new sword that we're going to be getting. So Bingo here is going to allow us to dismantle the part that we just got from Zimmer so that we can make a new weapon.
Funny, the way you said that, it made me think of literally taking something like a USB and plugging it into a sword and being like, yep, this'll do.
Yeah, so you'll find, like, stuff you can break down into materials for crafting purposes. You can craft consumables, or you can craft weapons or chips and stuff like that, so. There is a whole crafting system in the game, but we won't be exploring it too much. Anyways, we're gonna go over to the pharmacy here. I'm gonna go ahead and swap on the new katana that we just got. And then put on that hard chip. We're going to talk to the pharmacy owner, Mika. We're gonna go ahead and sell our old sword for 100, which is enough to buy a couple more buffs with that and our money. And we're gonna leave. So right now we're gonna go ahead over to where the informant's location that Lynn was talking to is supposedly hiding, and then try to figure out where to go from there. So normally we go through the front door, but, you know, we can't do that. So we're going to get a little Metal Gear up here. We're going to crawl through this vent. Then we're going to break into the apartment that they have hiding away here. And there's 2 ways to complete this part of the story and finding out where to go.
He's not home?
So we advance the dialogue so that we can interact with the card here to find out that he's at a strip club.
Nocturne maze.
And normally you could just hack the computer in the background on the right, but instead we just examine the table because we don't want to do the hacking minigame. That would be slower. So that's just a lot quicker way to do this. Then we'll head over to the nightclub. Because, you know, obviously that's where every informant's hanging out, exchanging information on the black market and all that jazz, right?
It's either the nightclub or the bar, so.
Yeah, well, this is the bar. It's technically both.
Well, but it's not the bar because you left the bar. You
Yeah, I left the bar. All right, so we got told that we can't get in there wearing our everyday Joe clothes, so we got to go get hot And Yana says, you know, I have a friend that works at the clothing store nearby, and she'll hook you up. And
I love how for that little bit of time you saw just how delighted Ayana was about it.
oh yeah, she's thirsty. Look at her lip licking. Thirsty girl. All right. So she's gonna have some mucho comprendes swap me into this you know, pretty dress here, and yeah, obviously I don't like wearing
Ayana's
this.
losing it.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're wearing the dress. We're gonna talk to Lynn here. Obviously, he's this fella here with the two lovely ladies, and he wants 10 million bucks, and we don't have that. So we asked if there's anything else we could do. I assumed they were implying some favors. But instead he says, hey, just go track down this thing that this dude has. Shows me a little clip. And I go, yeah, sure. And he's like, okay, good luck with that, because he doesn't think that we could beat up that guy. Well, how rude. Well, we'll show him. Obviously he doesn't know that we are very well trained in the act of mercenary work. So we're gonna go ahead and head on over there and beat that guy up. Alright, so we're heading in here. For advance the dialogue, activate that. While that's coming up, we're gonna grab some more pistol ammo, and that should be like all the pistol ammo that I technically press the run. I'll pick up some more along the way, but that'll just be coincidentally with other items.
I'm also she got a bit more of a close up with that with her in the dress.
Yeah, so I skip a
You don't
cutscene
really get to
here.
see a whole lot of it.
So I skip a cutscene really quickly there, but I have to wait a few seconds because there's a dialogue trigger that's going on before that cutscene was supposed to start. So I need to wait. There's there's a couple other parts where it does that as well. That's the most noticeable.
Ayane, could you check someone out for me?
Sure. Who?
The woman just now, she...
So anyways, we're gonna head back to Lynn, turn in the thing. Obviously, we're advancing all of the audio because I can't interact with things otherwise. But this game has a lot of good voice acting, really cool cutscenes, really bizarre stuff in the story that is kind of keeps you thinking a little bit. I guarantee by the time we get to the end of this game, you're not going to be expecting what's going to be coming,
Have a choice.
because I didn't even see it coming. Because I mean, why would I? Especially not with you know, what so far has been going on. I wouldn't have guessed. Anyway, so we head to Freeway 42, which is apparently where Ryan was last seen going. And apparently there's some kind of like place underneath the freeway where there's some stuff going on. So this is essentially going to be the first long part of the run. We're going to be here for about half hour, roughly. They see a whole like dungeon area. There'll be a lot of combat and heavy action stuff to deal with for a while. I'm picking up some grenades out of this box. We're going to be needing those for this section coming up. I do have a limited inventory, so I do have to be a little careful about some of the consumables I pick up. Those are the only things that tie up inventory space. I can pick up infinite amounts of ammo and craftable items, and you know, equipment stuff. But I cannot carry a gazillion healing potions or whatever have you.
It would be good for a figure if she had to chug them all the time just to survive, you know?
Yeah, that too. Alright, so we're heading down this elevator, and then we'll be into the underground. Alright, so, yeah, this will be like the first, like, dungeon area of the game. A lot of action-packed stuff going on down here. Like I said, we'll be here for about half hour, roughly. Pretty crazy. The last portion of the game when we get there, we'll be there for almost an hour. Pretty nuts. Any questions so far, Genesis? Anything I should fill in?
So far, I don't have anything. I was just going to make a comment about how the camera did some mad clipping as you entered that elevator.
Oh yeah, the camera does some crazy stuff because I'm
Wait,
doing
what?
things kind of
She
weirdly.
can't see her?
Well, I mean, you just ran straight into the elevator and it clipped through a bunch of boxes that should be there, which was
Hmm.
not what I expected it to do.
Yeah. Camera was really cool there as I was going down the stairs because it spirals
A
around,
tool set.
Oh, yeah.
This might
which
come in
is
handy.
very Metroidvania-esque. Especially because the mini-map was also moving with it. Anyways, we pick up a lockpick there. It's the only lockpick in the game that we use on a door. So, yo,
Is it because all the other ones are just way out of the way?
I don't know. The only time we use a lockpick ever. I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna do a quick menu because I was holding a menu for a while that I normally would have done. So I'm gonna grab a couple quick upgrades. I'm gonna get a damage up. And,
Oh, we should fit the boss, yeah.
yeah. If I can save menus, it saves so much more time. I'm gonna use a grenade here in a second. And I missed. Awesome. Or at least he didn't jump on me, because that would have hurt. So yeah, there's crabs down here. Hope you're not scared of crabs.
Ayane?
So someone mentioned like moving around, like teleporting and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what that room's for. It's also used for healing. It's like a save station, very Metroid-like. But we will never use them ever. If we were playing this game casually, you'd be using them a lot. I definitely use them a lot casually, but the runs, or at least the 90% run, which is what I'm doing technically.
Enhanced sound scanning
Uh,
the direction of the gunshot.
I won't be using.
It's somewhere nearby.
So anyways, this door has a passcode on it that we need to kind of memorize.
Patterns.
I might mess this up
Definitely need to find some clues about the character.
if I don't do it in the right order. Yay! I didn't get the symbols reversed. That's good. Yeah, so that allows me to get through that door without finding the code for it, which is on the dead body that we passed. Now we're gonna help Thomas there, who's shooting at these slugs. You might be wondering, whoa, these enemies are pretty random. Well, yeah, no, they're not random, as you think. I'll explain a little bit more later. That's not really relevant right now. They are a mutation, though. Ah, the name of the game. Anyways, this is the big giant snail. I need to break its shell. It's resistant to a lot of physical damage, so using the armor penetrating attack off the two-hander is good for breaking shields. We'll be using that a lot in the run to break armor down off enemies so that we can beat them up. We'll be using our gun a lot more as well in certain sections where we're at range. I do have to be careful that I only have limited ammo right now. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, he gives us a special key, tells us that we need to go find his friend, who's further in the underground substations or whatever. He's trying to turn on the power, I guess, to access the other areas that are blocked off.
Let's go.
So we're gonna go help them out. So we're gonna move this blocks right here, and then we're gonna jump up here. Normally you can skip that one, but I'm not very good at doing that one. But we're gonna skip moving this one because we can just go up here instead. Come on.
Are you just not skipping it because the jump is super precise?
Yeah. Well, I only have a single jump, and I have to make sure that I get all of my height and momentum with it, which is kind of tricky to do with only one jump. I will be getting a double jump very shortly, though, which is very, very helpful.
Who would have thought in a platformer that a double jump would be useful?
Yeah, so I
I
kind of
would have guessed.
Yeah, I kind of have to unlock things sort of like a Metroidvania, as far as like movement and options and stuff.
Nobody's here.
So we're gonna head on up here. We'll be countering our first mini boss in this area. Well, I say mini boss, but we'll see this boss twice. So anyways, we gotta activate the generators. Gonna bring out some baddie slug boys. Want to kill those as quickly as we can. Please spawn. Where are you? You. So there's two sets of them on the left and the right hand side. Once we kill these two sets, the mother slug will spawn. Alright, so I threw a grenade in its mouth. That's only to ensure that I kill the boss in one cycle. Normally, I would have just DPS'd him down, but I wanted to ensure that I killed her in one cycle because it looked like she was losing the iframes from the stun. So that's just it to ensure that I killed it before that happened. Anyways, we got a bit of a walking sequence with some lore drop that I can't avoid. So we're just gonna hold left now for a while.
That boss is kind of gross, not gonna lie.
You bully him again.
Yeah. So we learn about Anne's, you know, early childhood growing up with her brother that we're looking for. We'll see the part similar to this in a bit as well. For a second time, and then after that we won't see this section ever again. But, you know, all we have to do is hold left. So you get some free cutscenes without me losing time.
Fine.
Enjoy them while they last.
It's gonna be okay. I will always take care of you.
This sure looks like Ayano and not Anne.
It is Anne. She has the same hair. Anne has fucking hair.
It's your point. I'm colorblind, okay?
Oh yeah,
I just looked at the shape.
I forgot.
And I'm like, oh, it looks the same as
Why
her hair.
do I
It
always?
must be the same
I
hair.
always forget that you're colorblind. I always forget.
Because it doesn't usually come up,
Yeah.
and then when it does come up, it's weird.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're done that section. It's not too long. It just feels like an eternity when you're trying to speed. Unless you're watching the cutscenes, and then you're just enjoying the ride. Because this game certainly is a ride. Anyway, so we rescue Thomas's friend. Literally called Thomas's friend in the game. We get the power module, which gives us access to the double jump. We're gonna head back down, and we're gonna head down to the other sections of the facility that we couldn't access. Now that the power's back on.
Darling, it seems you're entangled.
Anyways, Ayane is getting a little bit more concerned about her entanglitis because we had another break there, which is why we went to that mysterious location, which we'll get told from this cutscene with the mysterious woman again. It's called the Hinterland. Talk a little bit more about that, maybe a little bit later when it's brought up.
Hinterland.
Because they're just gonna mention it anyways, so. But anyways, so now we know about this place that we were at called the Hinterland. It's kind of like she tells us like kind of a break in reality for us that we can visit. Other than that, we don't know much more than that. But now that we have a double jump, movement is a lot more fun. Also a big crab there, but we're not gonna wake that boy up. Because, he would likely kill us very easily. We'll kill one of those big boys a little bit later.
Ooh, the power is back. We can enter the ventilation room now.
Let's go.
Alright, so now we got to head even deeper. Great. Alright, so we're gonna hopefully get this without the pan. Perfect. Alright, so we're gonna do a skip here. That's to skip a panning cutscene to tell me to activate this fan here, which saves me a few seconds of making the jump easier by activating fans to give me momentum. Alright, so we clear that mushroom out of the way. And then this one is where we're going to do it normally, because I'm not very good at making this jump. without it.
I think the snail just completely ignored you when you leapt right past it.
Yep. Hey, we're not bothering each other. Why fight?
Because then the enemy is not doing a good job of being an enemy.
I don't think these enemies are supposed to be enemy-like. They're just here because, you know, why not? Anyways, so this will be a last mushroom cloud to destroy. Wait, what? Alright, I was gonna say, like, what? How come that grenade didn't blow it up?
And you're blowing away all those spores, you're just gonna kill whoever's on the other end of it. So rude.
Not my problem. Not my problem. Alright. I picked up a lidocaine, which is useful, but I don't want it because it takes up an inventory slot that I might need. But I'll deal with that shortly. For now, we're heading to a place I like to call the Machine Village. Very much reminds me of another game that I've done runs for in the past, but haven't for many, many years. You got one, everybody gets one guess of what that is, without anybody, including myself, giving it away.
The passage is collapsing.
So skip these series of cutscenes. Some crazy stuff starts going on, and yeah, things are gonna get more weird and interesting. But we have to deal with some bad robots. Alright, yeah, and cool fun fact, we can deflect bullets with our sword. So, you know, if you like that kind of stuff from like Star Wars, we can kind of do that in this game. I'm just very bad at it because it has to be like right on cue. Emo cut is like totally trolling me, which is great. I know they know the answer, that's the funny part. At least I'm pretty positive they know the answer. Anyways, so there is some good robots down here, and there's some bad robots. Obviously, there's some kind of turmoil going on, and we're told to go see the village elder. Probably a good idea, he might be able to help us figure out where Ryan went to. Place seems pretty big. I really do love everything about this game. The art, the music. The music is phenomenal. There's over 40 songs in this game. And we only hear roughly a little over half of them. Sadly. They're all really well done. Damn! King Mo Cut giving it away. Alright, good job.
I guess that old guy is the elder.
You are the smartest one in the room right now. Alright, so anyways, we talked to the village elder. Tells us you haven't really seen Upper Terrans, which are basically humans, in a while. We ask them why they're down here, and apparently we learned that they were infected by the Mechanica virus.
I did some searching a long time ago.
I'll let ANNO explain it.
Issues with the Mechanica virus vaccines. They disappeared into the thin air later on. You can't even find their info on the dark web. Do you think that group and these outcasts are one and the same?
Could be. These people must have lived down here for a long time.
Anyways, she doesn't explain what the Mechanica virus is, but she explains that these people were trying to be treated for it, and obviously it didn't work. So they cut themselves off from society, became basically their own little tribe or society. Totally fine. Alright, got them all. We're good. Get out and out of here. This is not the type of game I was thinking about when I see ANNO. Yep, sorry, it's not the strategy game. I know every time I mention the name Anno, I'm gonna play this game called Anno. They think the strategy game. I'm very, very sorry to say that it's not the strategy game. Alright, so another instance of waiting for dialogue there so I can
Yes.
walk through that area. So now we got some platforming to deal with here. I put the select my solar ranges there in case I need to use them in combat. Trying not to hit death plane triggers, because if I fall too far, it will cause the game to, like, consider it a fall. And then, reset my position. And then I'll lose health from it anyways, so... So, we're getting to the actual first boss of the run. Well, I would say second real boss of the run, technically. We won't actually kill this boss, but we will, kill them. I need to grab a couple quick things. So I'm gonna grab this deflect here. That's because I need a morale boost when I do a perfect guard counter. So this is Absolem. He's actually a really rough fight early on. Probably the most annoying fight to deal with. Alright, we got a perfect counter there. We got the morale boost as well. You can see above my health bar on the left, I have like an up icon to show that I have increased damage. So that makes it pretty easy to get through this first part in one round, because he does have multiple phases, and I don't want to go through them. Anyways, so we have a brief break in this fight that's done in 2 parts, and we head back to the hinterland. And unfortunately, in this part of the return to hinterland, we have to skip these cutscenes. But if you briefly look at like the imagery, you'll get an idea that this is like as we're growing up as an adolescent or a teenager, I guess. And we're not getting along with our brother all of a sudden. Some turmoil has happened.
You, tomboy, don't get cocky.
I'll kind of let this imagery and all of this stuff sink in. And then once we finish this part, this second and last trip to Hinterland, we're gonna have some really cool things happen to it. And I say cool, but it's not cool because there's a really bad side effect with it. Only for plot reason. Bad side effect for plot reason. Alright, so there's like an ominous figure pinned up against a wall there with a big spear through them. Yeah, we'll talk about that much later. Let's just ignore that for now. Pretend this is still a happy game for now, please. Nothing
Pretend.
bad's happening. Alright,
Of course not.
we've gone a little Super Saiyan, basically. We're now like a crazy shinobi. Anyways, this boss fight is like unlosable once you get the second phase. So that's really, really nice. It's a good way to kind of introduce you to the transformation ability. So we'll be using that a couple times in the run at various points because it does take a while to charge up, and since we're avoiding a lot of combat sections, it charges very slowly for us. So we do want to make sure that we charge it at appropriate times. Alright, so we have to activate these platforms here so we can get across this area. We are heading to the next mini-boss. Oh, I forgot. I have to activate this one first. I heard the ting, but I didn't bounce the laser, apparently. That was unfortunate. I think I was a little too close, or it bounced into me. I'm going with it bounced into me. Alright, so we go up here just to lower this platform, reactivate that lift. Back up here. And we're gonna activate this one. Oh, why were I shooting up there? Alright.
I don't know, why were you?
She just decided to aim in the sky for some reason, which is interesting. Alright. Activate that plot. So I can get by over there. Gotta be careful with the fall down here. There we go. Very easy to, like, just die in that part. Alright, there's a submarine down here. Don't ask how it got here. I don't have answers. Gonna use it to climb up.
Unacceptable. How do you not have an answer?
I literally don't have an answer to why that submarine is down here.
Is that not what you're here for? Is to provide answers?
No. But speedrun, sure. Alright, so anyways, we come here, we meet the cultists. And they want us to fight some beasties. Now, these guys can stun lock me with their bite attack, so I want to be a little careful. The last one I leave alive is going to transform into the mini-boss. The lidocaine would be good for this boss, because he can confuse me and reverse my controls and stuff.
That sounds fun.
Kinda. Oh. Okay. Well, I got the finisher for the extra damage because I like almost lost the iframes there. So glad I did that. It's a little bit slower to do it that way, but in the interest of not losing the stun frames, it was faster. So I used all my grenades, but I'm gonna get 2 more up here as I go back up. Leone wanted us to get healed up after that. This game is a banger, especially casually. It's an amazing game casually. It's theoretically, yeah, you could lose a run to some RNG, and it's mostly to the boss fights. That's kind of where the boss fight patterns and stuff come down, and they matter the most. Because sometimes they just don't want to play nice.
Look at these installations.
So anyways, under the whole sewer system and under the abandoned, you know, metropolis of a city where robots now inhabit, there's a whole laboratory. Now we get to control a giant mecha for a little bit. We're gonna break these hives.
I was gonna say having just the giant laboratory down here totally isn't ominous in the slightest.
Yeah. We're getting to the weird factor now.
No, everything's gonna be fine, everybody. Come on. It's all gonna be okay.
So we just have to destroy the 2 hives. We don't have to kill all the other enemies. They just die anyways. Yeah, and then when cutscenes, like when like cutscenes end and stuff and the screen's panning back to you, you actually still have you do have movement. So we do use that to kind of give ourselves a head start with movement every so often. As long as you know which direction to be moving, you could already be moving in that direction easily. Pretty nice. I was hoping to get a full gun reload there, but well. Anyways, we're gonna open the door here. We're gonna grab our first free chip. It's gonna be for our big 2-hand sword that we have. We're gonna spot all these enemies because we do have to fight them. I'll throw a roly-poly there. Here, roly-poly. Come here. Come here, roly-poly. Yeah! Alright, so roly-poly hit the door, which is perfect for us. So it makes it easier to kill. Because he stuns himself.
Take all the damage when it slams into stuff.
Yeah, well, because it was stunned, right? So it takes health damage now. Without depleting its shield. Because he has a lot of armor. So his shield is really strong.
It makes it a lot easier to kill him. I
Yeah.
see.
Yup. When you don't have to go through their shield, they take full damage from physical attacks, which is great.
It's actually a very convenient mechanic too, because it also means that there's a level of mastery to it.
Which is why perfect guard counters for the amplified damage, on top of the fact that you can get them stun locked quicker, is super important to do. So there is quite a bit of skill involved with combat specifically. I mean, in easy, we don't get to showcase it to its fullest extent, but I mean, this game is hard on the other difficulties, especially from a new game. So we have to lower these floodgates so that we can get to the other areas of the facility. There's 2 of them in total. We just lowered the first one. My favorite thing is going to be getting the missile launcher later and hopefully not getting trolled by the boss that we have to use it on.
But that would be funny.
No, that would not be funny. I've been having issues with not having enough missile ammo for the boss. It's unfortunate. Makes that fight extremely slow. Oh, that was the door. Alright, so another roly-poly. We don't have to fight these ones, though. We just have to get over here to activate the other floodgate. Convenient. Down the hatch. Another mushroom pod here to deal with. Throw a grenade. Just help clean up the excess enemies and then deal extra damage, because AoE damage is nice. The nice thing about the grenades, too, is they do break through shields and do physical damage. They kind of ignore them a little bit. Also, I want this, because... Another grenade. So it's super useful. Next, we're going to go down here. Now that the floodgate's all lowered. So we have some stat points to use, but we gotta put on that armor penetrating chip on our sword and level up some stuff here. So we need to get some skills here for our two-hander. So now we have level 2 wombo combo with our two-hander, which is nice. And this guy can only take damage from our two-hand sword. So that's kind of why armor penetrating is super nice. That helps break that shield quicker so that we can deal full damage.
Doesn't he own the weapon shop in Scope City?
Anyways, we just passed Corn Bro. I never talked about him earlier, but he wanted us to do a fight club earlier, and we said no. So we have a different fight club we'll do later. Anyways, this is the boss back again from earlier. If you didn't remember Mother Grub, she's back, but she can fly now. So this is where we'll be using the gun a little bit more. There is no manual reload for the gun, I guess I should mention. There is just me reloading it, letting the game reload it over time. Alright, I'm gonna throw the grenade in so I don't lose the iframe, or the stun. And I can stun it a little bit while it's recovering. Oh god. Alright, got him before the shield recharge so that he takes full damage with the gun, so that was really good thinking. And the boss fight's over. Cool. So we didn't get any super trolly stuff. Good. That fight went a lot quicker than it could have normally gone. Definitely. Not the quickest fight, but it definitely a lot quicker than how that fight would normally go. Especially with the boss moving around so much. I'd rather it just be floating in the air like it was, but
The masked woman. What
that's
is it?
fine.
Ayane, the masked woman has shown up.
So advance the dialogue again so I can interact with the elevator so I can go back up. Like I said, we were here about half an hour and now we get to leave. Won't be down here coming ever again. We got some other stuff to deal with, but we'll be going to kill some other areas. So as we're leaving, though, we don't see these cutscenes because I'm going to be skipping all of them. They're probably my favorite series of cutscenes to do with a side character in the game. She's just cute and adorable. But her name is Sigrid. She's a little
I think
girl
every
that...
character in this game is cute and adorable.
Not every character. Most of them. Most of them. Anyways, so she escapes, I guess, the facility that she's being held in down there somewhere. I guess. I don't know. And we find her. She's starving. She's exhausted. She passes out, and then we pass out from the entegolitis. Now we're back at home with her dad. We brought the girl with her to keep her safe for now until we figure out what to do with her. And yeah, we're in her dress again. Out the door. Then we pass out again from entegolitis. Wake up on the couch with Ayane next to us. She is a hologram, though, because she's not allowed to leave her house because she has some kind of, like, strange illness that makes it unsafe for her to be out on her own. So she stays at home like a bubble girl. So anyways, we're gonna head back to Noctis City. Tie up some loose ends with the informant and stuff. Because, you know, Ryan was there, but he left. But we don't know where he went to from here. Alright. So we're going back into the nightclub. I have to wait for the dialogue to finish to open the doors. That's why I was advancing it there. And now we get to fight Loki's goons after skipping a cutscene. So I guess I should explain how skipping cutscenes work in this game, because there's something a little, like, not really noticeable. But you can pre-buffer skipping a cutscene by holding down, for me it would be circle, because I'm doing this off PS5. But for other platform, like PC and Switch and stuff, you'd be holding down the other key for it. Alright, I'm gonna charge up a double wombo combo there. This guy can hurt me, so I do have to be careful. Alright, finish him off that way, make it nice and easy and safe, because I was low on life. Alright, so now that that's done, we can leave, get out of here. We're gonna head to Harbor Town now. So now that we got information from that guy we beat up again for the second time. His name is Loki. He tells us that we gotta go see the Factory of Pugny leader, who is near Harbor Town. So we have to find out how we get there, and we have to go visit a man named Proteus, who owns this fight club that we can see there called Mr. Boxing, conveniently enough. And he's chilling over here at the bar called the Nest. There's two ways to get to this point in the game, one slower than the other. I'm doing it the faster way, and that's just talk to the guy if you know who he is. So, bingo dunzo. The other way is to get scammed for a fake ticket to get in. And, yeah. That's not good, because you also lose money in the process. So we gotta do one round of Fight Club. I encourage you not to talk about Fight Club beyond the point of us starting Fight Club. So from this point forward, no more talking about Fight Club, okay? Yeesh. Thanks.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. Got the drift. Alright, so we're gonna get a few more things. I'm gonna get ammo capacity here for my gun, and we're all good. So we're gonna charge up the Wombo combo, because it does quite a bit of good damage for us.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that the attack cycle for the two-handed sword is so slow.
Oh, it is very slow. I do have to be very careful. I've died so many times because of it.
And you have to use it because it pierces defense, correct?
Yes, it pierces the shield a lot better. Brings that bar down. Because if I use the short sword, it doesn't do enough damage on shields. And because the shields are still very strong, it doesn't do as much HP damage, unfortunately. Kind of a give and take situation there. Either make the fight quicker by trying to use the two-hander, or make the fight take longer and use the single sword, but like be quicker to be able to react to things. Right?
Yeah.
So. Anyways, so after proving that we are very strong and that we can go to Bactio Pugny's hidden location on a freight in the middle of the ocean, Proteus brings us there. There's a series of cutscenes that we skipped there, approximately about 15 minutes worth. For a little bit of a idea of like how many cutscenes back to back we just skipped. Alright, so we're breaking into the ship here. This guy somehow breaks out. And then he tells us that, you know, he'll give us a map to kind of use to follow our way. I mean, but we have a map, and it's called my brain. Sometimes it doesn't like working, though. So the easier thing to do is to actually use these arrows on the floor to tell you pretty much exactly where to go. Don't even have to think about it too hard. I don't know why I ever got here lost casually. Like, it just makes me feel so sad.
I can't believe you got lost. It's pretty sad.
And I got lost in this game a lot. I mean, granted, half the time I was getting lost, I was just taking thousands of screenshots. So, it's because this game is so pretty.
Yeah, you sent me quite a few of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once you bring down the shields on these guys, and these guys are really hard now because there's been a bit of a big ramp here in the difficulty, like in the enemies for difficulty. We dealt with those guys. Like I said, once you get the shields down, they die really quickly. You just melt things at that point. Yeah, these guys are taking a lot.
HP.
Yeah, a lot of these guys take way more, like a lot more damage to kill now than in the previous area. We're supposed to be a lot stronger, and we're not right now. We still have starter plug gear for now, but we'll be fine. This guy does hurt though, so I do have to be careful of his punches. Thankfully I have syringes. Like I said, they don't instantly heal me, so I do have to try to use them a little bit ahead of when I see that I should need them, because if I do happen to take a hit, I could just die while they're healing me. So we're supposed to get a block to be able to get up here because we can't get the distance, but we can just do that trick that we did earlier in the facility to kind of make the jump instead of doing the block pushing because that would be slow. Gonna activate these hopefully for items and not get exploded. I'm doing a bad job at that. Yeah. Didn't get any items unfortunately, so that was kind of just me getting exploded for fun at that point. Alright, so we're avoiding these flame traps as best as I can. I do have brief iframes when I'm doing this. Also, we get our fun toy now that we'll get to use, which is the rocket launcher, or missile launcher, I guess. So that'll be fun. And then we have a boss, just the warden. Ow. So for the interest of not dying to this guy in one hit, potentially, or 2 hits, I'm gonna go ahead and give myself some extra health. Alright, got a counter there, that's good. Alright, good. That's exactly what I want to see. And he's dead. Okay, cool. Alright, so we got him in 1. That was a really good 1 cycle on him. I got hit a couple times, but at least I got a counter there, so I could get the buff to damage, and then I got the shield down from the stun that I was able to clear him out with a kill move. So we got thrusters now, so we can do air dashing, which is faster than doing rolls now, and gives me more iframes while I'm using it, so very, very fun stuff. And I got more distance with it, so that'll be how we move around a little bit more throughout the rest of the run. I gotta go all the way up now. I almost got tripped up by the arrow. Alright, so we advanced the dialogue there so I can get by here. I do not want to fall down here, or I have to go all the way around below like where I just was. So I do not want to fall. We're almost done with this area now. Alright, we got through that part. That jump there with the 2 exploding robots in the flame and the other guy with the grenades on the other side is usually pretty dangerous. Those times I do get hit there. Not a good spot. I'm hoping that we can get across this in 1 go without falling. But these robots like to make it difficult. I do have to avoid them and try not to get exploded like that, because then I just fall, which is not good.
Yeah, they're very useful and a very good expenditure of money to make robots that function like this.
Yeah,
All they do is run down and then blow themselves up. Like, so useful.
Yeah. So that guy from the very start of the game that fell off the roof that we were running past, we just kick him out of the tower now. We don't ever fight that guy.
Sorry, bro.
Alright, so we're putting on the rocket launcher now. We're gonna fight this boss, which is TR using mecha arms. Which is a really cool fight. It has some banger tunes.
I love how the ball just has a face on it.
Yeah.
He just went to all that effort to carve it into it.
I really do like this boss fight. It's just a really tough one, though. Ow. He can kill me really quickly, too, which is the only scary thing is, because he does a lot of damage. Alright.
Almost looks like you should be able to climb up on him to run over.
I have to use the missile launcher to break these. Alright, that's one
Oh,
down.
so that it falls off. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where I'm scared of like losing all my missile ammo on, because very easy to not get good for this part. The part is he shields all the way up, so he's not gonna take full damage from the missile launchers. So I need to break that down. And these don't always give me missiles.
No, that attack looks super dangerous.
All right, cool. All right, that was really good.
It's actually pretty clean for the most part.
That was pretty clean for the most part. That was the cleanest fight I've gotten on TR in a while. That was pretty good. I'll take it. I still had missile launcher ammo to spare, which normally I almost have like none. That was good. I was a little slow to start up there. Just to get the shield down a little bit there to save a couple missiles, so that turned out really well in my favor. If I run out of missiles, it's just completely dead in the water for that fight until I can get more. So I'm glad I took it a little bit slower. Yeah, if he hits me with those robot arms though, they take more than 50 damage in a hit easily. So if I only had 100 HP or even 50 or less, then I could just die in a hit or two. Depending on the attack. Some attacks deal more damage than that, so you want to be very, very careful on that fight. Because I should have been upgrading my defense and HP, but I haven't been doing that. I've been upgrading my damage. So, all right, we have a big menu coming up here. The biggest menu in the run to set me up for damage for the midpoint of the game. I'm gonna trigger that now.
What's wrong?
A series of cutscenes I'm skipping to do with Sigrid, the little girl. They're adorable. They're my favorite series of cutscenes, but they are like 15-20 minutes long.
Ayane.
We need to use that crypto key finally that I told you about halfway in the run. And then I need to talk to Lars because we need to buy some stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy 20 steel to craft a new weapon. And 20 carbon as well. And that's gonna allow us to make a two-handed sword called Mamba. Mamba, it does the Mamba Wombo combos for us. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and craft Mamba. We have all this money now too, so because we haven't used any of it. Nice. Craft Mamba. Then we're gonna go ahead and buy our light sword module, which very good, increases the damage across the board. Go ahead and equip these new beautiful weapons. We're going to take off our chips when we swap weapons here so we can plug in the chips, put in the new master chip and our main sword. Same thing with our two-hand. And then plug in the AP chip, and then also equip the new gun. And then we're going to do some scouting. We're going to get our level 3 pack. Get armor there, and then we're gonna get we're gonna get our extra morale boost up there, and we're good for now. So that's our big menu. We have some other menus we'll be doing later, but that's like the biggest menu that you want to hold out as long as possible for. You could theoretically try to hold out even longer for a bigger menu than that, but I honestly think I lose more time if I wait too long on using points and stuff too much. Alright, so we're heading back to Noctis City to do some wrap-up. We have that ROM disk that we picked up from TR that was stolen from us from when we went to his apartment earlier in the run, near the start of the game. So we're gonna go repair that, because it got damaged, obviously, from the all the explosions and all the madness that we've been dealing with. So we gotta go repair that. But before we do that, we're gonna go visit we're gonna go visit the pharmacist. Because we need to buy some more buffs, and we're buying, hopefully, enough buffs for the rest of the run. Because after this point, we're not coming back to town. We'll be leaving town and going on a very dangerous journey for the rest of the game. So we're gonna go ahead and sell all of our old gear for as much money as we can. Except for the missile launcher, we still need that, potentially. We're gonna buy as many of these as we can. 13 is good. Alright, so now that we got those buffs and we upgraded our inventory so we can hold all of those, should be good. We'll go repair the ROM, and then that'll tell us where to go. So we'll learn that, from this ROM, that Ryan actually was at Doc Allen's lab last few moments here. So we're going to skip the cutscene that's going to show that. But Ayane is going to explain it. But we're skipping through her dialogue because, again, I want to access my car right away without her talking too much. So just advance that dialogue, but she mentions Doc Allen's lab, so we're going to go head over there. Our dad wants us to go back to the house to see him and the girl, but we're going to skip that, and instead it's just going to auto-resolve that part. And just give us a little bit of an audio dialogue update once we get back to Scop City here. So we picked up also a side quest at the very start of the game as well for Zimmer. Before we went to Noctis for the first time, to the nightclub. We're actually going to go turn the side quest in now. I did it the wrong way. Go down one. And you chat with him to turn the quest in. And you found the weapon blueprint off the big crab we found in the previous dungeon here. Then he gives us a greatsword, but more importantly, a crypto key, which is our last crypto key that we want for the rest of the run. We don't really care about the greatsword that he gives us. We just want the crypto key. So anyways, we head back down to the Doc Allen's lab. He's got some splaining to do. But yeah, we're all pretty much set up for the end of the game at this point, which we have all our damage potential and stuff like that. So anyways, Doc's not here. We're gonna hack through his lab because, you know, we've gotten really good at hacking. These ones gotten a lot harder, but thankfully that was a pretty decent hack. If you time out after 100 seconds, then the hack completely resets.
I love the fact that just he's not here, just breaking all of his stuff.
Yeah, let's just break in.
What else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. Alright, cool. We're bust in here. Grab this, and we're gonna initiate a boss fight. So, we already have another boss right here. I know we just finished one not too long ago. But we're having a boss fight inside of our own mental state, which is using the voice of Ryan's younger self. But now we have damage, so this fight will go easy-ish. This sword also swings slightly faster than our last two-hand too, which is nice. So. Alright, so you need to wait for the platform to spawn.
I do have to say, though, at least the design of the enemies in this game is pretty good.
Yeah,
for the most part.
yeah. Yeah, the buff is gonna hopefully last this whole fight. I'm hoping. Surprised he hasn't tried to confuse me yet, because that could happen. Ow, I got hit by the shockwave there. Alright, boss fight's done. Waiting for the thing to pop up. There we go. Alright, so that fight's done. And then after the boss fight ends, we talk to the mysterious woman, and he tells us that, you know, if I want to learn more about what's been going on and, you know, why things aren't what they seem, then I need to go inside the inner consortium. And that's where we're heading. into a underground secret society of laboratories and all this shenanigan stuff. Hiding right below our very nose.
Again, totally not ominous and foreboding.
Yeah, not at all. Ignore the monkey in the lab coat. We'll get to him in a little bit.
Anne, can you hear me?
I'm here.
How do we want to get to him in a little bit? I want to do it now.
Well,
Monkey
in
in
a
the lab
little,
coat is already looks like the best part.
literally be getting into him in like a minute.
Yeah, but why not now?
Because ANNO is gonna say something about monkey in the lab coat.
Is it the professor?
Alright, so we gotta beat up the security guards in the facility here, because, you know, obviously we're not supposed to be here. But we'll show them. We go where we please. They have our brother, we're coming here. Oh, I forgot he does that. I was gonna wombo him, but I wasn't sure. Alright, that guy's dead. Got a counter on his charge, so that's good. No, don't heal him, robot. That was mean. That was so mean. I can't believe he did that.
Why does it mean for him to heal? What else is he supposed to do?
Not do that. Alright.
A monkey in a white outfit. Dr. Munkenstein.
Alright, so it's Dr.
Something
Munkenstein.
isn't right. They seem to have known we'd come here, telling me.
Anyways. So that's what ANNO calls the monkey. Dr. Munkenstein. He does have an actual name. Yeah, kind of. I don't know his actual name, believe it or not. I only know what
Sort
the
of,
game...
maybe, you know, he could.
I only know what the game wants us to call him.
Which is?
B. That's it.
Oh wow, what an interesting name.
I imagine it's a code name. I just don't know what it
I would
stands
guess
for.
too. It probably is.
Secret Society Laboratory, all sorts of crazy stuff going on. Yeah, probably has a code name. Oh, no. Oh, that was not good. That was the first time I got there too soon that it, like, I was just on the wrong cube as it went down. Oh, weird. That's a weird cycle. That was just a weird cycle for those blocks for me to get here on.
Are they usually on the opposite cycle?
Yeah, they're all usually on the opposite cycle so that I can, like, just jump over there really quickly, but...
So the question becomes, did you bleed time or save time to get there?
I don't know right now. Couldn't tell you. I think it's just in this area. I'm not sure. Maybe I got here too quick. Yeah, so I need these robots to spawn. They shoot lasers. The lasers will stun me, so we want to avoid getting hit by them. Alright, we need card keys now to get further into the facility, because we need to gain access to restricted areas. So we talked to this crazy scientist guy, and he'll give us a level 2 card key. That'll be useful. So now we can access these other doors. And we have a boss fight. There's a ninja, or a shinobi, whatever you want to call her. She's really fast.
Ninja's funnier. I remember you showing me this fight the first time.
Yeah, she's kind of annoying, because, like, her attacks come out really quickly.
Well, additionally, it's really hard to find a specific opening to be able to get in and damage her.
Yeah. Alright. Fight's done. Alright, so After killing her, she gives us something called Gelcor Fiber, which is a ability to wall climb. So if you played like Metroid games, you can now like use it to like climb to like spider track surfaces, basically. So now we gotta run from these horror balls, as ANNO calls them. And they will kill me really quickly if they touch me.
This is just a Metroid Dread and oh, what was the other one where Samus had her suit get copied?
Fusion?
Yeah, it's just a ripoff of those.
Sure. Anyways, I damage boost through that one using a healing item, and then get through these other ones. Oh.
I'm assuming they're instant kill if you touch them.
No, I can touch them. They just kill me really quickly.
So it's not instant kill, but close enough.
Close enough. There is a couple ones later that will insta-kill me, though. I screw them up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Got to be more careful.
Alright, so this one will insta-kill me if I... Well, not insta-kill me, but, like, it will restart this part and take a portion of my health away and make me reach this, so I have to run away from it. So, yeah, we're just doing some good movement here. Fighting the lasers and stuff. Alright, so we're gonna get a new weapon that we'll get to use and run, which is the particle cannon. But I need a card key to get down there to get it. So in order to access the area to get the card key, I need to hack this computer first to activate the lift. So I can get down to the lower level. Go. That was a good hack. 10 seconds. That was pretty good. Alright, so now that the lift's activated, we can head on down there. Get the level 3 card key. Oops, wrong floor. So we gotta go get this card key off a scientist. This guy's dead, unfortunately. There's a lot of lore stuff in here too about some of the crazy, scary, spooky stuff that's going on here, but we're not reading it. Anyway, let's get the particle cannon. So, particle cannon will equip that. Because we need to kill one of these horror balls that's going to spawn here. We'll charge up the particle cannon, fire it, and then boom, it's dead. We have a way to kill those now. We're also going to re-equip our gun. We're going to climb our way up here. We have a fight section here to deal with. So we're clearing all the enemies on the upper area first, because it's just more convenient that way. They also don't get free pot shots on us while we're dealing with all the enemies down here. I'm gonna swap to the particle cannon. Well, you died by touching me. So we're gonna swap back.
ANNO's gonna be that lethal to enemies. They just touch her and they die.
Well, he touched me. He touched me, and like I guess touched the particle cannon, and then he died. I guess what happened. That's my hypothesis on
That's
what,
probably what happened, but
what
it's just funny
happened
to think that she's poisonous to the touch.
It's a femme fatale. What can I say?
Indeed, indeed, literally.
All right. So now that those guys are dead, we can move on and through the area here. I'm gonna quickly go ahead and grab level 3 wombo combo. I can do 3 charge wombo combo now, which does even more damage to shields and stuff. So we have a boss fight coming up here, versus an enemy that we might remember from the very beginning of the game. Like, literally from the very beginning. Now, hopefully we can do it in one cycle, because if not, this fight's going to be kind of annoying to deal with. That charge attack that he just did will actually kill me too if it makes full contact, which is super important that I don't get hit by it. Alright, cool. One cycled boss. There's like 2 other phases that we just don't see if we can do it, which is great because they're all time losses. So very, very happy about that. So we transformed there after he broke out of the stun just to make sure that we were getting extra damage on him without having to deal with him stun locking us from taking contact damage. So a little bit more convenient. Alright, not a bad hack there. Once you understand how some of these hacks work, you'll kind of have an idea of like what parts to move and when and where. It's still stuff that I'm practicing, honestly, because it's still very easy to forget.
Let's look.
Or like make a mistake and then you like really screwed the pooch on them. And then you have to like either reset the whole thing or try to recover it if you have enough time. Anyways, we call down the catwalk so that we can get to another part of the facility. Like I said, we spend, like, casually, when you're playing this game, you spend, like, literally half your playthrough down here. It's insane. Like, it feels like you spend half your playthrough down here casually. And in the speedrun, you're down here for almost half of it, too.
Jeez, such a long section.
There's a lot to do down here. There's a lot of cutscenes down here, too. I think more than, like, half the game's cutscenes are down here as well. Funny. Alright, so there's a really tough, like, mini-boss fight. And it's not just worth one, against one boss. It's versus multiple mini-bosses. And, one of them in particular has a Gatling gun. And you'll see what I mean in a sec. Like, hopefully I don't get killed by it, though. But the enemy can just straight up gun me down, like from max HP, which is insane. But anyways, we're gonna buy a new greatsword that we have the money for. We're going to swap over to that because it's like way more damage than what we currently have. We're gonna upgrade, unequip the chip for it, equip the flash over, so that we have that. Because we're going to need that for this fight coming up, especially.
Finally, you are here.
So, Dr. Munkenstein wanted to talk to us. He wants to help us find Ryan and, you know, get through this. We're not sure if we can trust him or
There's
not.
only one thing I'm certain of. It's not.
Alright, so... Alright, hard fight coming up. I'm just going to do the stats right now. So that
Ryan.
I have a little bit more HP, so I don't die.
So that means Ryan should be safe.
Hopefully don't die. So anyways, we gotta fight 4 mechas. And they do a lot of damage. So we're gonna try to do wombo combo charges on them because they do massive amounts of damage to their shield and health. And we activated a buff too when we started this fight, so hopefully it lasts long enough to deal with this fight. So the guy in the back with the cannons on his arms, those are like daddy guns. They can rip me apart really quickly. So I have to be very careful. So he's coming in right now. So we want to make sure that we don't get gaddy gunned by this guy. Alright, so he's dead. So missile guy broke down the shield of the other guy because there is friendly fire damage with the missiles from both me and the enemies.
That's nice.
Yep. So pretty useful in that case. And there we go. That was a really clean fight, surprisingly. Much better than how it usually goes. I'll take it. Took a little bit of damage, but that's not too bad. Gaddy gun guy didn't get his shots off at me because he could just melt my HP bar. It's insane. You will die any split second.
This is quite a large storage network.
So anyways, we're gonna hack this computer for their mainframe so that we can get some more information and access to the rest of the facility. That was a pretty good hack.
Yeah, that went really fast.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent one. They get a lot harder the more further we go on. I'm just surprised that one went as quick as it did. There is one really hard hack that's random each time. Like, there's not really any set patterns for it, other than how, like, they move. So where the positions could line up could be annoying. We'll hopefully get a easy one in the run, but we'll see. But anyways, this researcher goes insane after we talk to her because she was only told to try to keep it together long enough to give us a card key. So I guess we're supposed to be down here. We are supposed to be down here. We're gonna damage boost hopefully through these laser grids because it's faster than waiting to get by them normally. Alright, we got through. I was a little scared there when the fire turned red. Like I said, HP doesn't recover instantly. It takes time. Alright, so now we just chill and wait. There's 2 of these defense grids as we go through. This is the first one. We just have to avoid touching the laser because it's instant time loss, and we have to restart this whole bit. So, we just kind of chill. Maybe talk about... Oh! Wow, that was awesome. I guess we get to see exactly what happens when I accidentally touch that laser. Kudos, shoutouts to me for accidentally jumping into the laser.
Yeah, probably not a good idea that you did that.
Yeah, it's okay. It was right at the start, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, we don't want to do that on the longer one that comes up a little bit later.
Oh my god, it takes so long.
That one is so long. This one's at least short.
It's the only saving grace of this one is that it's short. I mean, while this is like a unique idea, I think one of the issues I have with it is that it just takes so long.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a unique idea. I just kind of wish it wasn't so long.
Yeah, I think it's the only part in the game that I don't like that much, but it's good to like talk about stuff, I guess, if there's stuff to like wrap up or talk about. So that's kind of nice. That was a good cycle for that laser. I usually have to go up and around, which is inconvenient, so I'm actually glad about that. Pick up 2 more Digitalons because we're getting a little low on healing items. That shield guy's annoying, so we'll just use the big sword to kill him. Because, you know, lots of damage. Like, literally does lots of damage.
I have to step out for a minute and then I'll be back.
Alright. Alright, so this guy will spawn, we'll charge up the Wombo, triple combo there, and pretty much instantly kill him. And then there'll be another guy here that we want to do the same thing on. But yeah, we do a lot of damage now with our Wombo combos. Super nice. Gonna open up this. Got another card key from the dying old man on the lift here. Gonna allow us into the testing area.
This place looks like it.
Alright, so that out of the way. So we're literally heading off to our next sets of bosses. Got this big guy that we wanted to get some guard counters on really quickly. There we go. Make this fight nice and easy. Alright, so he's dead, and then boom, activate the elevator, and we're good to go. We can head to the next area of the game. Alright, so there's like 2 sections of the game left that we have to go through. So lots of bosses still. In fact, we're going to do a boss fight right now. This is a refight against the guy that we fought at the Machine Village. Absalom. So we have another showdown with this guy. A little bit harder of a fight because he's got some new tricks up his sleeve, and he also doesn't like playing nice and has a triple hit. But that I have a very hard time trying to get the counters off on because he teleports behind me and stuff. Oh, that's not good. Alright, so we'll hit these pillars and dodge that attack instead of doing it the right way. Reflector. Alright, so we got his health shield down. Not the attack that I want to see him doing. Alright, good. Alright, so we got the boss fight done. I didn't get him in one, but that's fine. He's just not playing nice there. Alright, so we have a hard hack coming up here.
No, but I think
Hopefully we can do it without resetting the clock.
whoever is behind all this, we'll meet him soon.
Alright, so this is like the last hack of the game, essentially. Pick up the extra health and the buff there.
Back.
Alright, you're back just in time. We just killed up Solemn. He wasn't too trolly this time, but we're doing the hardest hack in the game.
Yeah, that's what you struggled a lot with.
Yeah, it's not a fun one to deal with. There you go, got it. At least I didn't have to restart it, I saved it.
Yeah, nice.
It wasn't the quickest way to do the hack, but I got through it. Like I said, it all depends on the positioning of that one, because it's random each time that I have to start up that hack. So if I fail it, it'll just that completely. I have no idea which spots or positions it could end up being. I think it's literally the only one that actually does that, where it doesn't have like a pattern to like where they could be lined up. So, this is part 11 of 12, is the way I have this broken down into right now for myself. So we're really close to the end. The whole last part is literally a boss rush, so we're just getting to that point. We killed one boss so far, but we have a couple more to kill.
Is it a bunch of old bosses, or is it a bunch of new
No,
ones?
they're all going to be new bosses now. I was having an issue getting down that ledge there, because there's a laser there. Alright, we'll just do it the slow way and go off the grid, please. Alright, so we have to kill a couple more guys and do the slow defense grid thing again. And kill the missile guys first, because they're annoying, and then we'll get some guard counters on this guy, hopefully. Oh, come on. Here we go with one. Two. Alright. No, you don't. No, you don't. Alright, so we have to get through this grid, which is slow compared to the other one, because it takes much longer to do. This one's a little bit more free, believe it or not, because, like, it looks complicated, but it's not, because there's these extra walls, and you think, oh, you gotta hide behind them and stuff like that. No. You just kind of sit around this one.
Yeah, this is the one that takes an eternity, though.
Yeah, it does take a lot longer.
What is it, like 4 to 5 minutes?
No, it's 2 minutes. Still
Sure
long.
doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. The other one's around a minute or so. This one's at least 2 minutes. And like I said, if I get hit by any of these lasers, it's like pure time loss, which is annoying.
Start the whole thing over again.
Yeah. They have such a longer distance to travel too, which makes them take even longer.
Well, and the other ones also had a big speed up
Yeah.
when they weren't going down the section. So it's like they actually went by really, really fast. No, this
Yeah,
just takes
these ones
forever.
only speed up once they get to the halfway point. Oh, I was in the wrong spot. Whoops.
Yeah. Just get
Oh.
slapped by the laser. Speaking of having to redo it again.
That's okay. At least it was near the start of it.
Yeah, no, this is painful, honestly.
Yeah, this was the most painful part, was going through these laser defenses. Yeah, I should have been over to the right a little bit more. I was just standing in the wrong spot.
Yeah, that do be like that sometimes.
Thankfully, we could stick to walls. If we weren't able to stick to walls in this part, this would actually make it really difficult, I believe. I just don't know if it'd be possible. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this time not getting destroyed by the laser on the top.
Yeah, I kind of forgot there was nothing above me protecting me from it. It's a little bit to the right.
Yeah, if you were slightly further to the side, you would have been fine. Yeah, it's just a waiting game.
Yeah. Sadly, the only part where we have to deal with it.
Yeah, you showed me this part the other day, and you're like, this part sucks.
Yup.
If there was other stuff you could be doing, like maybe even having some enemy spawns, it would, you know, it
Get
would
more
make it
in-
harder. But
put
yeah,
more
but stuff would
into
be happening. It wouldn't just
Yeah.
be you standing around.
Yeah,
Or
but
have the
I
lasers not
like to
blink for
call
so
this
long.
the hypothetical pee break or coffee break, because I could just be drinking something and doing this, because you don't really need that much control over anything, thankfully.
No, I almost wish they went as fast as they do right at the end.
Anyways,
They were going real fast, and it's like, just do that for the entire
Yeah.
thing. That would be easy.
so now that we're through that, we can advance here. I'm gonna grab this safety heal here out of the box. I'm a little bit low on them. I only have 5 to carry me until I can buy more.
How many do you think you'll use?
Probably all of them. All the ones I'm carrying, anyways. Alright, so we have double shinobi fight now. One shinobi wasn't enough, we have 2.
Yeah, this was the fight that you showed me that was so terrible.
It's terrible because I have to break down their shields so I can get their health bar depleted. Once their
Well,
health
then they
bar...
just run away.
Yeah. So I have to be very careful because I could just lose time on this fight. Oh, I got the counter. That's good.
Yeah, it's just a waiting game. Oh, and that counter hit both of them. That's pretty
Yeah,
convenient.
that was very convenient. I'd never actually gotten the counter hit both like that. That was really cool.
Also looks like you can't counter the big white dash.
Yeah, the long dash they do now, unfortunately.
If only.
Where is she? She's right here. Oh. She was there because I couldn't move to the right anymore.
Yeah, but it's like every time you swing, if they're not mid-animation, they just dodge you.
Yeah, but once the shield goes away, their health bar depletes, which is nice, so... Not
Yeah,
a
no, they
hard
just have
fight.
a really big shield.
They just have really big shield and it recharges
It's
quickly.
an endurance battle.
Basically.
Oh my god, she called you the Annihilator. Oh my
Yup.
god.
Ayane with the
Oh.
jokes. Alright, so there's some buffs in this room which are pretty nice to pick up. There's a card key at the very top of this area that we want to pick up. And that'll allow us access to another part of the facility.
Can you not make that jump straight up?
No, I had to wait for the block to come down anyways. Alright, so we want to grab this other armor penetrating chip for a 2-hand sword that we'll be equipping momentarily. Fall all the way down, open this door with a card key that we now have. And then we're going to go even deeper into the facility, because, man, this place is huge. And I can get...
It's funny too, because the design of this facility would not make any sense realistically.
It doesn't, but I also get lost down here so much because a lot of it interconnects with each other too once you unlock shortcuts and stuff.
Yeah, this is one of the few situations where like gamification has to happen, you know?
Also, there's fast travel, which I haven't been using, so to backtrack in these areas. So, anyways, we kill a samurai that's guarding the door, and talk to Dr. Munkenstein again. Tells us to access this map room to unlock the other area of the facility, and then we're basically heading straight into the very last portion of endgame.
I love that ANNO has just a jab every time you do something. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, she has a lot of quips.
I'm trapped.
How?
Oh, they're good. They found a way to bypass it like it's nothing.
What should we do? Can they track your location?
Don't worry, darling. I can deal with this.
So now we're just navigating back to where we did the last hack so that we can get to the other side of the facility that we weren't able to get to before. But we got a couple giant mechas to go through still. Another double mini boss fight.
Smelling indoors? And I'm totally seeing Yetis.
Alright. So we're gonna do the similar thing to the previous one, try to wombo combo them down. This guy does like everything that the other robots did and all rolled into one. And a lot stronger too. We have to fight 2 of them. Alright, so that's 1 down. Alright. Alright, that's 2. Alright, so that chip that we got from Simmer for that side quest, we now finally use it. So we got our second and last master chip for our light sword to equip in there. And it's a 30% increase on pretty much every stat on the weapon, which is super nice. So kind of why it's nice to have it. So it's a 60% damage increase all across the board for that weapon, just alone. For 2 of them that we have, which is the only reason why we grabbed those 2 crypto key chips in the first place. Yeah, crypto keys or whatever. Anyway, so we just go across to the other part of the facility here. Normally I can go down to get there, but this whole place is just a circle, so I just go up if I want. Like I just did, it's the same distance on the exact opposite side. And then we're gonna head to the next part of the facility, which is, like I said, it's just all bosses pretty much from here on out. Alright, so Corn Bro, we're actually gonna talk to him this time, and we're gonna buy some amazing large corn juice. The best healing item in the game, just for safety. It's also the point of no return, so the game reminds you about that. So if we have unfinished business, we should probably go do that now. We're gonna skip a whole bunch of cutscenes here in this section. This is a huge, heavy lore dump part as well. This is where things start to get emotional if you're heavy into story like I am with games. And the music does a good job of portraying that as well. So anyways, there's some weird stuff going on here. I don't want to explain it, but we're going to be doing a boss fight against a character called Melissa, and she's a cutie. I'm just really sad that we have to fight her.
I think every character in this game is a cutie.
For the most part, yes. But anyways, Melissa is the master of ice, so she has like some ice power magic stuff that she wants to use against us. She'll be flinging icicle stuff on us, so we'll try to dispatch her as quickly as we can. We're not going to kill her, but we're going to beat her up. Because this caster dude there is forcing her to fight me. I think she has feelings for him, but I wish she didn't.
Why is that?
Because she should have feelings for us!
Oof.
So anyways. Alright, we got a guard counter there. Good. Oh, she throws me. Alright. Move out of the way because phase 2 starting. She's invincible while she's doing this too, or else I'd be shooting her with my gun. So.
She's just a giant tornado. Yeah, what else would she be doing?
Yeah. Alright, got a counter there. Alright. Fight stun, that wasn't too bad. That was a pretty good Melissa. Not the cleanest, but it was fairly good. Series of cutscenes with her and Caster, who has teleportation technology. And it backfires and then sends them to some crazy desert alone. And he gets hit in the head as karma. So yeah, they're just lost out there in some kind of desert in some place. I don't know where it brought them. It's his own doing, anyways. So now we're heading into the very, very last part of the game, which means the end of the game. The last boss is coming up. But we got a couple minutes before you get there, at least. So we're entering the inner part of the consortium now. And we find out that Ryan and ANNO are both here. They were kidnapped by this secret organization here. And they want to prevent the end of the world. And that guard totally body blocked me. How rude. And they want us to help, because apparently we have the power.
Of?
Hinterland.
I see.
Yeah. There's a bad reason why we have this power, but they want us to use it for good. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Alright, anyways, so Dr. Munkenstein gives me some pretty cool chips. They're very strong. We're also going to go ahead and equip our other master chip that we now have. And our two-hander, we're going to go ahead and equip the AP calibration chip. We're going to equip the codename Zeus chip as well. And then in our gun here, we're going to go ahead and click the flashover and forgot to do this. So we're going to do this now. So we're going to go ahead and grab class upgrade there, transformation, flash shield upgrade, and then some crit upgrade. There we go. Not letting me do that. Adding. Alright, so just making sure that we're really strong. As strong as we can be for the boss coming up. And I buy some buffs off this vending machine. We only need... Oh, my backpack is full? Really? How's my backpack full? What did I have? Oh, I have this. That's why. I was gonna say, like, what do I have in here? I don't need this. I was gonna say, like, how is my backpack full? Alright, so we're buying some buffs. These buffs that we just bought only last for about 5 to 10 seconds. I think something like that. So they don't last very long compared to the bigger buff that we bought. Lasts like a minute. So anyways, we have to do a little bit of a protect mission with the little girl Sigrid that I mentioned earlier. And then we get to start the last boss fight. So we have to protect her from all these enemies in waves. We'll get to use our gun a little bit more in this section to deal with these drones as they spawn. But yeah, we're pretty well equipped to deal with stuff now compared to when we were at the beginning of the game. But this doesn't make this any easier technically. It just allows us to deal more damage, but we can still die pretty easily. We gotta dodge attacks here. Wow, that animation froze in the background? That's interesting. I haven't seen that before.
Oh yeah, that does look pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before I do that. Alright, so that guy's dead. Just waiting for his stun to go away so he actually dies. Doesn't realize he's dead yet. Alright. Alright, so I need to kill these things shooting missiles at Sigrid's shield. So she can chant the magical spell there to get the possessed demon out of Archwizard's body, which is the guy fighting the other guy in the background. The one on the right is the Archwizard. Now, I did that a little too fast, so I have to wait, apparently. Waiting. There we go.
Hey, you're cheating.
Imagine being too fast at the video game.
I just gotta dust some more knives. This will be one more wave after these knives. Of some big boys, which is why I bought some buffs.
How ridiculous it is to just imagine that, like, oh yeah, no, rolling is enough to dodge literally everything that could hurt you.
Yeah, that or air dashing. Alright. So we use these buffs so that we can wombo combo these guys down really quickly. Because they take longer to kill otherwise. But you can see it's pretty effective to use my sword and wombo combo them. Alright, we got the guy, got the droids. Alright. That was the last wave. After these knives finish, we'll be going into the last boss. Well, I say last boss, but it's not. It is and it isn't the last boss, okay? I'll let you know when time is. It's not yet, though. There is technically 2 bosses left.
We got some time.
But you won't know. I guarantee you haven't guessed what the last boss is gonna be, next boss is gonna be, because I mean, why would you? Why would you guess what this boss is? Definitely not a giant crab, but if you guessed giant dragon, you are correct. Don't ask me why. It just is.
It's not a giant crab. Gotta make sure that that's, you know.
I don't know if I activated all my buffs and. Alright, cool. Yeah, it's a giant dragon. Name's Nidhogg.
Almost like it's the Dragon of Legend.
Nidhogg
Whoa.
or Lyman. He has like 2 names, I think.
His name is Lyman.
Lyman, I think, yeah. They call him, he is the Nidhogg, though.
Lyman is kind of a hilarious name.
Yeah. So this boss is really RNG with what he decides to do. So I'm just hoping that I don't run into too many issues with that. Alright. Well, I guess he's gonna do the random thing that I didn't want him to do.
Yeah,
So he's
you'll
doing
be
the
fine.
ice attack, which is super annoying. This is gonna freeze me every time he does it. Just pure time loss. I'm just gonna use this time to buff back up. Oh my god, I got frozen again. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, you're being a butthead now, aren't you?
Interesting description.
Yeah. Alright. Fight's taking a lot longer than it should, but because he's being a butthead. Alright, fight's over. This is not time yet. Technically that could be the last boss, but that's not what we're doing. We're actually gonna kill one more boss.
Your ending, of course.
Yeah. We're doing the happy ending.
I wouldn't even call it necessarily a bad ending.
Oh, it's definitely a bad ending. If we let that be the last boss. Alright, so we're gonna fight one more final boss. Skip a myriad of lore dump cutscenes and expedition finishing up and stuff, and then we're gonna talk to G. First time we actually talked to him. Besides where we met Ryan a moment ago when we were listening to them. We decided to listen to them, and now we get to fight the true final boss. I mean, well, what's the true final boss after a dragon? Like, how do you follow that up? Well, funny enough, the dragon's actually
a little girl, I'm sure.
It's funny enough, the dragon's a really tough fight casually, especially on the harder difficulties. But like, this last boss is kind of a joke in the any percent or like the category that I'm doing. But the final boss is you, us. It's the super version of us, so we don't have access to the super version of us anymore.
This is the inner fight. Gotta defeat your own demons.
Yeah. Alright, so she's gonna go to the background there. Put that buff on.
You're doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, I did a lot more in the first part of this phase than normal, so that's good.
Wow, this is so interesting.
Yeah, I just have to wait for her to stop attacking here. Stop attacking so I can hit
I
you,
don't know if
please.
she's just effectively being Sonic, but just in an AoE.
Yeah. And get ready on time. It's coming up as soon as I get the final hit. Time. Sorry for not like closer to the warning. I was trying to get her down, but yeah, that's just GG. So that character we just met, we didn't talk about it at all, but that is Amok. That is the name of that character. He was living inside of our brain the whole time.
We'll keep our promise.
All right. Anyways, that was pretty good. On my clock, that was a PB. Much better than my 2.3 second PB I got not too long ago, or whatever the hell it was. So I'm happy.
It was
about
something
that.
like that. It was very tiny.
Yeah, and this is on PlayStation too, so I have about like 10 to 15 minutes worth of loads in here, so I'm at that as well. But yeah, some cool little cutscene stuff on the way out since we got a little bit of time there.
I love that ANNO's just chowing down on a bunch of chicken.
Yeah. So yeah, my name is Mash, known as EzoMash on Twitch. That's with a 0, not an O. And then the Genesis was the one that was on comms with me, known as Genesis Probe Stream on Twitch.
Sorry to do very much, but I know nothing about this game. This was completely
I enjoy
new, so I didn't say a whole
having you
lot.
for the company as mainly the whole premise of that, right? So
Yeah, even though there wasn't a whole lot to say, most of it was pretty self-explanatory.
yeah. So there is other categories for this game. Not many people run them because they're significantly harder. But yeah, this game is just cute, charming. It's not what you expect when you first dive into it, like I did. But I had a great blast with it. I spent over 40 hours casually with it. Played through it multiple times afterwards. And there's a whole Pong minigame in here too. And like I said, myriads of references and stuff. We got this awesome closing cutscene where we get to meet up with our family, get a giant bear hug from our sister. It's the best thing in the world. I don't know much more to say really, besides that you should check this out. My normal stuff that I normally speedrun is Onishambara and Drakengard or Nier games. So this is a bit of a different take than those games, but it still kind of plays into those a little bit. But it's significantly shorter than them, so by like a whole like three or so hours. So So, yeah. But yeah, that's about it for me. I don't really have much more to say. If they want to let these finish playing out, there'll be about another minute of this or so while they get things set up for the next runner. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed the run. If you have any questions or want to reach out to me, feel free. I do work on a lot of marathons and speed runs here and there when I can. But yeah, highly check out this indie game. Awesome time. And enjoy the rest of Shots Fired.